Greetings, ladies and gentlefish, and welcome to this replay in the Lowe Tier 8 German heavy tank. Now, this is one of those games that you play it and you think, oh right, okay, that was alright, nothing particularly special. And then you look at the end plates and you think, hang on, wait, I did that? Seriously? I did not notice that happening. Oh well, okay, sure, we'll take it. It's also going to be a demonstration, and I have other videos demonstrating this as well. The armour on this tank. Now, a lot of people will tell you the armour on the Lowe is bad. In fact, a lot of people will tell you the Lowe is a bad tank. I don't agree that the Lowe is a bad tank. I don't think it's an amazing tank, but I think it's a perfectly acceptable Tier 8 premium heavy tank. You know, comparing it to a Tiger II, for instance, you lose hull armour and you lose DPM, but your gun is very, very reliable, even more so than the gun on the Tiger II. And you have a better turret than the Tiger. So, oh, and you are slower though, so I think it's actually quite well balanced all over. And people will tell you this tank has bad armour. That's not strictly speaking true. What is true is that in order to use the armour on this tank, you have to know where it is, you have to know where your enemy are. Now that may sound like it's stating the obvious, but it's not one of those tanks you can just drive forward and bounce shot after shot. You can't. So you have to know where the armour is, basically the turret front, specifically the gun mantlet. And you have to know where the enemy is, and use all of this tank's 8 degrees of gun depression, if you can, to only expose your turret. And if you can do that, well, your commander's cupola is actually pretty small, and so your enemy gets that shot, which is pretty awkward to make. Anyway, this tank also, a few patches ago, received a buff to its side armour, allowing it to side scrape more effectively. It's not a side scraping monster, but it can certainly do it. Anyway, on with the game in question. I haven't yet to shoot anything, and by the same token I have not yet been shot, but I've just spotted a Waffenträger auf Panzer IV, so I put a shot into him. I get a low damage roll, but you know, that's okay. I put a shot in, and there's a tortoise as well. Try and pick out his weak spot, and I put 306 through that. And here you can see the gun has 320 alpha damage, 234 average penetration with armor piercing rounds. The gun carries a respectable amount of ammunition, 80 rounds. And oh, there's an enemy Lowe. I somehow bounce on him, but he bounces on me too. But the reload on this tank, on this gun, is not especially good. Now I just got shot by a tortoise. I put a shot into his weak spot, and bearing in mind that tortoise has the L1A1 120mm gun with something like 260 odd, 50 odd millimeters of penetration, 400 average alpha damage, very good rate of fire. Oh, that was a bad shot. Very good rate of fire, very good DPM, very good accuracy, very good aim time. It's a very damn good gun. But I'm just making a mockery of this guy's armour really by picking out his weak spot. His big, fat, obvious weak spot. Now, not every shot is going where I aim it, but I can go hull down and present a very difficult target to him. He can't really do the same to me. Now, that was perhaps a misplay. Maybe I'm exposing too much of my tank. And indeed, that shot... No, I don't know where that shot went. Not sure. Oh well. So we actually ended up getting quite a good chunk of damage on that tortoise, and bear in mind we're a tier 8 tank and that tortoise is a tier 9 tank, so that's a pretty good way to go. Ditto for that, we took damage from, okay, I was showing that guy my hull, hence I took pain. Yeah, if you show your hull in this, it's going to hurt. Also managed to get damage on that Waffenträger earlier on, and which was good. Now this tank, it's probably not as good hull down as the T-34, but I haven't played the T-34, so I can't comment too much on that tank. I can just say that this is not as bad a tank as many people would have you believe. Now, as you can see, we are all over their base, and that shot went into his tracks or something. And we are all over the enemy base. and reload, and put a shot straight through the pike nose. Oh, they damaged my gun. So basically these guys are screwed. They've got people, well, they've got most of our team behind them, and they've got me in front of them. I must have been giving that guy my hull. Oh no, he just put a shot straight through my gun mantlet. Oh, fair enough. Maybe he loaded premium ammunition, maybe he didn't. Either way, I took a shot to my gun mantlet. But the gun on this tank is more than capable of punching through the naff little pike nose of the IS-3 without too much difficulty. And this guy is so totally screwed. He bounces on me and he dies. Just leaves a T-32 and a T-29. And there's a T-29, there's his commander's hatch, and there's 347 health that he no longer has. I do love the accuracy of this gun sometimes. I mean, in fact, I'm quite a big fan of this gun in general. And I polished the T-29 off, but this is bad. T-32's coming for me. And the problem with this is that he has rushed me. T-32 has less pen and less accuracy on the gun, but he has a better reload, same alpha damage, so he's got much better DPM, and he can just put me out of my misery. I'm not able to survive long enough to see him die before I do. But that ended up being an ace tanker game. That's actually the first ace tanker game I've had in the Lowe, and it was a rather respectable amount of credits earned as well. So when you look at the post-battle results, the first page won't be particularly impressive apart from the XP score and the credits, which are quite nice. I did a lot more damage than I actually thought I'd done. I racked up the damage much quicker than I was expecting. And look at the amount of damage I have blocked by armour for a tank with, and I quote, bad armour. As I say, if you know where your armour is, if you have a tank that has minimal armour but some, and you know where that armour is and you know how to use it, you can bounce shots. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that game. If you did, please feel free to catch some of my other videos and or subscribe to my channel, and I wish you very happy hunting on that battlefield. Ciao ciao.